What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well. We're here at Coach Illia, a good friend of mine. He's also one of our Alliance real estate coaches. We're gonna be checking out his Culross project. Super excited to see this. I actually haven't seen this deal yet, so I'm excited to see what Illia is planning, what's already been done, and get a little update on active deals being done by our active real estate coaches. So let's go check it out. What's up, Illia?
Hey, Patrick.
Sweet. So I just want to quickly ask, first question here is, how did you get this deal?
Yes, so I got this deal from a friend of a friend, I guess. So I started telling everybody that I knew that, hey, I'm buying houses. So if you know of anybody selling, just let me know. And that's how the conversation started. And this is where it led me to. By the time I got the deal, we probably wrote somewhere between like 10 to 15 contracts to get this deal. So like we wrote the first one in April, and then the last one we wrote in October.
Dang.
So it was a long journey.
Just
this one property.
Oh, wow,
so my first price, I think we were at 330, and then I bought the property for 268. So
that's a good drop.
Well, I mean, the market was crashing, right?
Yeah.
And then as the market was crashing, they got more and more desperate, and it was just one of those things. So
nice. So it's basically through your network, word of mouth, a little bit, and then just being resilient and just continually making an offer that made sense with the changing markets.
Yeah, and I guess one thing I had to keep in mind is that I knew, at the end of the day, I knew that these people had to sell. They're going through a divorce and there was a tough situation and they needed to sell the house. So it was just a matter of who are they going to sell the house to. So I just made sure to keep up my relationship, follow up with them every couple of weeks or every month, and stay top of mind because, I wanted them to come to me first before they went anywhere else. And that's exactly what happened.
Nice. So something that we do teach our Alliance students is the D's of finding deals. This could be those distressed properties. This could be people going through a divorce, people going through a death. Like none of these situations are good, but they all create problems that, problem solvers such as Illia can come in and solve the problem. Yeah. So I guess the next question here is, what was kind of the plan in the beginning with this project? Like, what did you plan to do as renovations, and how did that get all started?
Yeah, because we bought it at such a low price. I mean, we had an appraisal come in here before we got possession of the house, and it appraised for $343,000 as is. So I mean, 268, 343. So there was somewhere in that $70,000 range of equity just day one. So I mean, I had a ton of exit options. I could have wholesaled it. I could have done everything else, but I mean, at the end of the day, we just had another flip wrap up. This is a beautiful house, and I wanted to, show what I do and showcase this property. So I decided to take it on instead of, wholesaling it. And the original plan was to spend about $85,000 and do a renovation. We're probably $10,000 higher now, just because we decided to develop the basement a little bit more, add a bedroom. There's a couple small things that came up here and there. But overall, we're probably going to spend about $95,000 on the renos.
Nice. So basically you made money on the buy. Like it was appraised at, you mentioned 340, right? Yeah. And then you bought for 270, 260. Yeah. So it's a ton of value that you're getting on the buy. Yeah. And again, we always make sure that whether we're active investors or even our students, that you make money on the buy, because it does save you a lot of stress, and you can actually make a profit by flipping this house.
Yeah.
Hey, you probably hear online that you can make money online. Well, I've actually built 10 income sources before even getting into real estate, and I've been able to put that all together into a digital program. It's a low ticket course. It's only $75, and it's going to allow you to, in 5 weeks, get to the fast track of making money online. I put a bunch of effort and put some awesome content in there, and it'll actually tap you into our community as well, where you can continually learn from others that are learning how to make money online. You're not going to learn this in school, so make sure you DM me the word fast track, and I'd love to help you get started in that if you have any questions. So take care, and I'd love to help you make some money, make your first dollars online using nothing but a laptop and a cell phone.
All right, Illia, where are we now in the house?
We're in the nicest room of the house, the master bedroom.
Awesome. So I just wanted to ask that, we want to graduate from doing deals on our own, right? Something we always teach our students is that, maybe you start DIYing, but eventually you want to graduate from that and build a team. So tell us a little bit about your team on this, and if you had to do any of the work yourself or if you just delegated it out.
Yeah. I see a majority of my flips, what I do is I spend a lot of time doing the work before I get possession of the house. And when I mean doing the work, I don't mean actually taking a hammer and swinging a hammer, but I mean, planning everything out, ordering the big ticket items. Like if windows need to be replaced, we want to get that order before we get possession of the house, kitchen, all of that stuff. And then when we actually get possession of the house, then my job more so becomes just managing the contractor and make sure that the quality is what I want it to be. So yeah, on this house, I have a general contractor, Justin. He's doing all the work on this. He's managing all the trades. And then I also have an interior designer that I hired for this project. She's doing both, picking all the finishes, and she's actually finding all the finishes within my budget, picking them up and deliver them to the job site, which is an amazing service because it saves me a ton of time and, just going around and shopping. And yeah, it's just a great service that she's providing. And so basically those are the two main people in this job, is the interior designer and the contractor. And then, I have my amazing realtor, Connor. He's dropped by here and there because, one of the things we weren't sure is what we do in the basement. So, we've had him come through a couple of times. We mapped it out, decided what we want to do with it, what makes more sense from a value add perspective. So to recap, the general contractor, the interior designer, and the realtor are probably the three biggest team players that were involved in this renovation.
Nice. No, that's awesome. I love to see that. Yeah, you have an indestructible team, right? Like someone is taking care of things that maybe you're not the specialist with. Like, hey, maybe you could pick out different designs for your home, but if you just delegate that to someone and they're picking it up and they're helping you save $1, like that goes pretty far, right? Because I know not all interior designers are, let's say, financially aware. So it's awesome that you have that. And then also Justin, your contractors here putting in work. So it's awesome that you can just delegate all this stuff. And I love that you're working with the realtor as you go with renovations, because that is going to make a difference when you list a property. Yeah,
and I feel, to touch back on that realtor point, I feel it's so important to work with a realtor during renovations, because at the end of the day, he works with buyers and he's the person that walks them through the property. So he gets to hear kind of the first thing that comes out of their mouth, or what they have to say about any given property. So that gives him a lot of perspective when he walks through a property, to be able to say, hey, somebody might not like this or this or this, so let's change this or that. That way we're actually doing it in the stage of renovation when we can actually do something about it, and not when the house is completely finished and now somebody walks through it and they're like, oh, that bedroom is too small, or we wish it had a second bathroom, or whatever else somebody might say. So we're being proactive about it and having him walk beforehand.
No, I love that, especially because you're essentially allows you to continually iterate your models, right? Of having, okay, we're doing this on this home, make it a little bit better, get feedback from the realtor, and then keep repeating that so that the model of your home just gets better and better every single time you do it.
Exactly. And then one thing to touch on that is just like, as much as I like to think that, hey, we're experts in the real estate investing field, or we know so much, it's like, I don't honestly know that much about real estate investing. I mean, I'm new to the industry, but I think what makes me successful is my ability to be able to bring these key people in who have been in the industry for a longer period of time, and just be able to ask their input. Just, hey, what do you think we should do? And does this make sense? And by relying on them, that's how we're able to put out such a great product.
And I love that you've already run a successful business before getting into real estate, like Illia was doing his painting business there. And while you're in business school. So I think that one of your advantages is, one, you probably already know more about real estate than many people, but a big one is you're continuing your education by hiring people smarter than us. And again, instead of DIYing everything, like you're going to be limited by what you know. Illia chooses to not DIY everything, build an indestructible team, continue learning from these people, and not have that ego of like, hey, I know everything. Because really, we're real estate coaches, but again, we don't know everything. We're part of this process of continually getting better, building our team. And, if we're surrounded by smarter people, it's by default that we learn things.
That's right. Exactly. I 100% resonate with that. And I agree. We can only level up, and we can only know so much. So having the right people around us can propel us to do that much faster.
Nice. Take a look at another place and another room in this building, in this beautiful home.
Let's go.
Let's check it out.
Hey, if you're interested in learning more about real estate and how we can essentially work together, make sure you connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to connect there. And that's where, we can connect as professionals, see how we can help each other grow. So just search me up, Patrick J. Hilario on LinkedIn. Take care and peace.
All right, welcome to the bathroom. we're here and we're essentially going to ask one last question to Illia. And I just want to know, what are some tips that you'd like to give to newer investors, specifically that want to get into doing their own flips?
Yeah, I would say one thing is just mentioning this property and how I got it is just stay on top of your leads. Never give up on a lead until one of the two things happen. A, they sell the property to somebody else, or they, for some reason they decide not to sell and they take it off the market, or you know for 100% that they're not selling anytime soon. So just stay on your leads, because it's in the follow-up that you get the deals most of the time. That is how I got this deal. And then the second thing is, when you're doing your renovations, set out a budget from day one, stick to that budget, and never cheap out on kitchens and bathrooms, because that's what's going to sell the house. You have to be able to have an amazing kitchen and have amazing bathrooms, because when people walk through it, they have to be able to, be amazed by how great it looks. Because if you cheap out, people will walk away from the house.
That's awesome. I love the emphasis on marketing, because, if you don't have leads, you literally don't have a business. Like, you're just hoping that something comes up, or you're hoping that a job comes up, you're hoping a deal comes up. And we both know, as active real estate investors, like, deals are made, and it is our responsibility to have that lead generation. And also, I love that of making sure that you spend money on the kitchen and bath. Those are the places where it makes it pop.
Yeah.
Right. And really just being able to continually follow up, continually stay on top of your leads, make sure you have a nice finished product. And of course, it is a business, so we got to make sure we stick to our budget. You can't just be freestyling everything, especially with flipping, because it's a little bit more higher risk than, say, just doing a regular buy and hold.
Yeah. Well, there's just so many things that you can do. Just like, at what point do you say stop, right? So it's just like, oh, do we do this? Do we do that? And I remember when I first started, I was really unsure of, like, do I move this wall? How much work do I do? Do I literally gut every single thing and take off the drywall and start from zero? And that's where, going back to the team, bringing my realtor through it, bringing my contractor through it, and mapping it out. I'm like, hey, LA, like, this probably does not make sense to do, but you do want to probably spend the extra money in the kitchen, right? So just like having the people that were already in the industry, have seen hundreds of homes, was very rewarding for me, because then I could say, okay, yes, you're right. I think we spend the money here, but we leave this as is.
Again, perks of having an awesome team. They can show you where you could possibly mess up. And if you don't have an ego about it, you can adjust, make those adjustments, make a little bit of money, and then, of course, be happy with a smooth project, or smooth as we can get it, right?
And then everybody wins. The team wins. The team wins. The contractor puts out a fabulous project. He can put in his Instagram. The listing agent gets a fabulous project to sell that's going to sell in under 2 weeks, and he's proud to show it. And then, you as a real estate investor, you get to make money and put out a great product as well.
Win-win situations. It's real. You can make it happen, but you do have to be intentional about it.
Hey, do you have a question you really want to ask me? Make sure that you send me an email. I read all these emails. Email me at patrickhilario@hilarioholdings.com. Send me your questions there, and I'd love to connect with you and help you out with that.
Awesome. So I hope you guys got a ton of value in this live walkthrough. If you hear a little bit of noise, again, it's a live renovation, so we're here. And if you are interested in learning about real estate, how you can get started, and just finding out if we can help you, because we're not too sure if we can, we'd love to offer you a free real estate strategy session, whether that's with myself or with Illia, one of our Alliance coaches. And if we can't help you, awesome. We'll build you that customized real estate roadmap. And if we can't, we'll just point you to the right direction. So again, hit that like and subscribe button. You guys are awesome. And finally, is there anything else you want to add, Illia?
You know what? Thanks so much for joining us on this walkthrough. Don't hesitate to reach out to us, because we've been helped when we first started our journey. We have a passion for helping people, because, like I said, we were helped when we originally started. So don't hesitate to reach out to Patrick or myself.
Awesome. And out of curiosity, where's the best place to reach you, Illia?
You know what? If you DM me on Instagram and follow me on Instagram, that's where I post most of my stuff. That's where I'm documenting the process. So give me a follow and reach out there.
We'll put Illia's Instagram handle in the description, and then we'll also get it somewhere around here as well. So again, thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Love y'all, and peace.